1. When at the time of rewards he shall conquer evil through the right, when the alternative shall be fulfilled, which is foretold for immortality to both false gods and mortals, then shall the salvation of so many beings increase thy worship, O Lord. 2. Tell me the things which thou knowest, O Lord. Shall the righteous man defeat the wicked one, O wise one, even before the coming of the punishments which thou hast conceived? For this is known as the good renewal of existence. 3. For the initiate, that is the best of the doctrines which the beneficent Lord teaches, as righteousness, the Holy One which thou art, thou who knowest also, O wise one, through the strength of good mind, the secret doctrines. 4. He who makes his thought better and worse, O wise one, better and worse his conscience, by deed and by word. He follows his leanings, his wishes, his likings. In thy mind's force, at the end of times, he shall be set apart. It will be noticed at once that the doctrine contained in this hymn is not stated. The prophet often prefers the interrogative or optative to the indicative mood and the affirmative form. May good rulers, not bad ones, rule over us. When, O wise one, shall the warriors understand the message, etc.? It is important to consider this if one is not to miss the essential trait of Zarathustra's style: vehemence, bent on action and search. A crowded mass of questions, obscurations, commands, admonitions, prayers, and a lawn of which would be killed by cold analysis. The first verse quoted above desires the coming of good rulers. The good dominion is not mentioned, but it is implied. The devotion appears at the beginning of the development. There are thus the two entities on Wam under the aegis of the Supreme Triad. The reform of the world must depend more particularly. The rest of the stanza and the whole of the following one deal with devotion. It is he who ensures her birth to man, by making him breed and fatten the cattle, a function of prosperity over which he presides essentially. Her action and her gift of good shelter, strength, and endurance depend on the triad. This is taught dogmatically this time by stanza 6, and the more particularly on the good mind, which, as we have seen elsewhere, protects cattle raising, but also, and more originally, on the wise Lord in the right natural order. Without Wam would be no plants, therefore no cattle raising and no prosperity. This creation of the plants is at the basis of everything, at the very origin of this present existence, which is to be reformed. In each of the stanzas 6 to 10, except the last, care is taken to recall the preeminence of the three great entities as they are mentioned. 5. May good rulers, not bad ones, rule over us. By the works of the good doctrine, O devotion, prepare the greatest good for man, rebirth, through the labor of husbandry. Let the ox grow fat for our nourishment. 6. She has given us good shelter, strength, and endurance. She, the consecrated of the good mind, for her has the wise Lord of its righteousness made the plants to grow at the birth of the first existence. 7. Let fury be suppressed. Put down violence. You who would ensure yourselves through righteousness the rewards of the good mind, whose companion is the holy man. He shall have this abode in thy house, O Lord. 8. How shall the possession of thy good dominion, O wise one, how that of thy reward be mine, O Lord? How will thy manifestation as righteousness of the actions be welcomed by the faithful? In stanza 7, there is an abrupt transition from the third function to the second. This is a call to take up arms. Let fury be suppressed. To fight fury and violence, the enemies of good mind and righteousness, it is the duty of everyone who desires to dwell in the house of the Lord as a reward. But this idea of reward immediately in stanza 8, which is not very clear, raises questions on the manner in which it will be conferred. In stanza 9, Zarathustra counts on obtaining the answer. He will learn that the wise one and the right have power, dominion over those who threaten him with destruction. Those are therefore condemned, but the prophet must be able through the good mind to give correct instruction in his duties to him who shall save the world, the desired good ruler. Here is the annunciation of the Savior, the just king who will establish the reign of the good dominion for the reform of existence. Zarathustra is impatient to see him and his men carry out the message of the Lord and destroy the wicked rulers. In the stanza 10, it becomes clear of what enemies the prophet speaks in the preceding one. They are hostile rulers who continue to sacrifice animals and to manufacture the homa, which Zarathustra calls filth. These rulers, their priests, deceive their people. Devotion and dominion will triumph over the bad masters and evil killers through righteousness and bring prosperity. But when stanza 11 and through 1, that is to say, what men will be indoctrinated according to the good mind for the work of liberation. The final stanza gives the answer to these questions. Any man will be the savior of the peoples, who will seek to realize the righteousness of the Lord by his acts through good mind. God has destined these men to conquer violence, the dominion of the wicked. 9. When I shall know whether you have power, O wise one, and righteousness over all those who threaten me with destruction, let the prayer of the good mind be rightly spoken by me. May the future Savior know what his destiny will be. 10. When, O wise one, will the warriors understand the message? When wilt thou smite this filth of drink, through which of the sacrificers wickedly, and the evil masters of the countries of their own will commit their deeds of malice? 11. When, O wise one, shall devotion come with righteousness? When with the dominion, the good dwelling, rich in pastures? Who are they that will give the safety from the bloodthirsty wicked? Who are they to whom the doctrine of good mind will come? 12. Those are the future saviors of the people, who through good mind strive in their deeds to carry out the judgment which thou hast decreed, O wise one, as righteousness. For they were created the foes of fury.